So first, obviously, you just had your first meet of the year, Core Classic. You got third all around, and it was another all black podium, two in a row. So I want to talk to you about that. So kind of give me your thoughts and kind of what that means to you.
Well, first off, that's the second time that it's happened, and I've been a part of both. I think that's the most craziest thing that's ever happened in my life. But I am very, it's amazing to see that not only are people recognizing that it's not just, us being who we are, but it's also the talent that's been given to us. And knowing that, it's always gonna be something. There's always gonna people are always gonna say something about it, but I feel like this time around there wasn't that much to say because it's already happened once, and seeing it, it wasn't like a shocking thing. It was more of like, okay, these girls definitely did what they need to do. It was hardworking, putting in the effort, and I'm very proud to be a part of both of them. And again, I'm gonna say it again, it's not over. It's not just gonna be a two-time thing now. It's gonna be a constant, I feel like, and people are gonna be able to, feel kind of like educated and understand it a little more.
What does that mean? What thinking back when you were younger, what do you think that would have meant to you to have somebody like yourself, like Simone, like Shilese, like all of these really popular Black gymnasts? What do you think that would have meant to you? And what do you hope to kind of show to younger gymnasts who are just like you?
If that was me when I was younger looking at that podium, I would have been in more awe than ever. I would have been like, okay, so this is what it can be like. I can be on a podium with other girls that look just like me. That's crazy. So I'm gonna work harder. I'm gonna do what I need to do in the gym or even in just a sport in general, because that is something that is an eye opener for a lot of the younger generation, especially knowing that yes, I am, we are African American. We're who we are for a reason. So like if that younger generation can just be like, okay, if she can do it, I can do it. I That's saying it will forever be a thing. So I would probably would have been like, okay, well, time to get on. Let me go back to the gym real quick. Let me do what I need to do so I can be just like them. But yeah, it's definitely, having Shilese and Simone a part of that, and just to see like where their dedication and their, encouragement and supportmanship and everything that they've done already within their lives, that everybody can see it.
Now kind of shifting into training for the Olympics. Kind of talk about that and what it would mean to get to go to the Olympics again and make the team again if you were able to.
Well, training right now has been a whirlwind. I can tell you that. Some days could be better than others, but obviously I have been through an Olympic cycle once before. So understanding what worked for me and what didn't work for me, I'm going to apply to this year as well. Obviously, again, yes, the Core Classic was my first meet, and I do have two more meets leading up to Paris. And I'm hoping, I can be a part of that Olympic team. And if I'm not, I know that I was able to, give my all. I did this for myself. I'm gonna, walk away from that this year as if like nothing ever happened and just be proud of myself. And, if I do make that team, then it's just gonna be another Olympics I can kind of prove and say, okay, yes, my first one didn't go as planned, but this one will be way better than the first time that I went. So, it would be cool to, get another tattoo on my arm that says 24 connected to it. So yeah, I definitely think I'd be, more proud than ever.
And kind of talk about the competition going into making this team this year. I know that back in 2021, now four of you have returned and are competing to return to the Olympics, but you also have girls like Shilese, like Sky Blakely, Jocelyn Roberts, Kayla Lincoln. You have all of these younger girls who are eligible. So kind of talk about
Yes.
that and how competitive it is this year.
Definitely the competition this year is something else. I can tell you that it's definitely a show that people will definitely need their popcorn and their, their drink in their hand, because these shows just be back to back to back. And I do have to give kudos to all those girls that are, from Sky to Kalia to Jocelyn to, all of us that are coming back. Like, we're not coming back just to come back. We're coming back because we know that there's more to give. And for them to see that, I think that's the biggest thing. So having this competition, and obviously the younger girls are gonna be like, "Yo, we're trying to knock these these oldies out of here," like, which is really cool to say. But yeah, I definitely am excited, and I always tell people these competitions aren't just how they were before. These are full on shows. Like, we're gonna give you a show, and you guys aren't gonna regret coming to a meet. You're gonna be like, "Wow, this is like a true competition for sure."
I want to shift a little bit to talk about your time at UCLA. I know you're only there for one season, but I really want you to talk about what it meant to be able to go to college, to kind of have fun, to do something that was still competitive, but a little bit less serious, where you're allowed to kind of let go and stuff like that, and meet new girls who have a different love for the sport in a different way. So, what was that kind of like getting to go to college and compete?
It was, college was definitely a different perspective, as an NIL athlete as well. You have different sponsorships, especially like for me, having Invisalign and being able to, incorporate different things within my life. I am over here like, wow, that's how college is. That's crazy. Like, I did enjoy the time being there. I did enjoy wearing those four letters across my chest, finding different teammates, finding different friends, different atmospheres in school. Like, not everybody gets to experience that. So I definitely can say that that experience was something that I won't forget. Being a two-time NCAA champion and being Pac-12 champions, like it's a different atmosphere for sure. I wish a lot of people, before NIL got switched for gymnastics, I wish there were a lot of people who were able to experience that. And um, it's definitely something that I tell people when that 4 years, like y'all need to really deep like dive into them 4 years because those memories that you're gonna have are definitely something you'll cherish forever.
I want to get back to Invisalign, but first I have one more question about UCLA. So I know you made a decision to leave to train this year to focus on the cycle, and you had talked about you wanted to take time for yourself and really focus on
Mhm.
that. So what kind of went into that decision to take the year off from college this year and really just focus on your elite training versus someone like Jade Carey who is still competing in college?
I think the biggest thing for me is I know what works for me and what didn't. Obviously, I'm the type of person is yes, it may seem like I can focus on a million different things, but at the same time I can't. I really can't. My mind, I will forget about something and be like, "Oh yeah, I was supposed to do that 2 hours ago." Like, "I'm so sorry," type deal. So, for me, I felt like, focusing on one thing and one goal is like the biggest thing that I could have done within my life. So, yes, I did decide to take the year and really focus on my elite career because I felt like that was something that helped me. So that's, I give kudos to Jade. I give kudos to Leanne. I give kudos to those girls because that is a tough thing to do. People think it's easy. No, it's not. And I give them their flowers because they I have dedicated not only to college doing school, but their college gymnastics and their elite gymnastics. So I couldn't have done it. And I told Jade this. I said, I don't know how you're doing it, but I'm giving you your flowers. So yeah, I'm just happy that I'm able to, focus on one thing and then, we'll see what happens after.
So kind of talk to me about your in your partnership with Invisalign and kind of tell me what you're doing with them.
So with Invisalign, I was so happy that I was able to have this partnership with them. My smile was something that I didn't really uh, enjoy. I didn't like smiling. A lot of the time, my pictures would be with like, the kissy face or something. And when Invisalign came up, it's easy. I could call my doctor and be like, hey, something's wrong with one of my attachments, or hey, like I lost one of my trays, and they could help me through the process without, because I'm always busy, I'm always on the go, I'm on constant. With Invisalign I can just pop those things in, pop them out, brush my teeth, pop them back in. And I did have braces before, but I was like, I had to put a rubber band here, I had to do that. It just wasn't giving what it needed to give in the moment. So with Invisalign, being able to have that ability to just, not feel stressed about what my teeth look like, and they were fixing them in the week span. It's a new tray every week. You just put the same tray in for a straight week and then you switch them out, right? So I think that was something that I really like loved about it. And then now, like, I love smiling. Like, it's the best thing. Like, I don't think like people understand, like when you get your smile right, like it makes you feel different. It makes you feel like I was more confident in myself. So I really enjoy my partnership with Invisalign. And I can't thank them enough because I don't know if this girl would be smiling this much on an interview if it wasn't for them. So yeah, I really enjoy it. It does definitely give, women empowerment for sure.
I definitely remember in high school with all the rubber bands, losing them,
Yeah.
putting them in, trying to remember to put them in, how many I needed to use.
Right. Literally one this way, like it's just too much.
And then last question for me is, I feel like something that's very noticeable about you that's so different from your typical stereotypical elite gymnast is you're always
Mhm.
having fun. You're hyping up the crowd. You're doing a dance with Simone after she lands her vault. You're throwing
Yeah.
your bouquet of flowers into the stands. Kind of talk about bringing the fun to gymnastics and kind of breaking the barrier of what's the stereotypical being so robotic, what that's been like and why that was so important to you.
So I think really the I would probably say my freshman year of college kind of changed that perspective for me. Um, Knowing again, I found a different perspective of what gymnastics is supposed to be like. And I wanted to bring that into the elite world because why are we walking around looking like robots? Like we look like we don't want to be there, like we're sad, we're depressed. Like we don't want to look like that. We're entertainment. Do you like this is why the internet is how the internet is about us because we're constantly we don't look like we're having fun. So the least I can do is, I want to be able to walk in at any moment in time and look back and be like, yes, I know I had fun. I knew I was able to walk away from that meet no matter how good or bad I did, and just know I gave it my all. So that's kind of where that came into play because well, no matter what, people are always going to criticize you, whether it's good or whether it's bad. So why not do it in a fun way? You want to see a different side of Jordan? I'm gonna give you a different side of Jordan. I'm gonna throw you my flowers. I'm gonna, run to you and give you a high five. I'm gonna dance with you. I'm gonna throw you hearts. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to make sure not only is the crowd involved, but I'm also having fun. And it puts me at ease. I don't gotta think about anything. I can go on an event, I can salute and be like, okay, whatever happens, I gave my all, but I know I had fun with it. So that's kind of where that came in. It's just me. People will always tell me, well, where was this Jordan? This Jordan has always been here. It just was never shown because I wasn't allowed to. I had to be silenced. I was closed off. I was shy. So when I was finally able to embrace it, it's like, I'm here. Hi, nice to meet you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time today.
No, thank you so much. I had